Unsyndicated presents Off the Air with Sean Baligian.
Hi, how are you? Everything going well? People say what? It's the slowest day of the year or whatever, like coming up the next couple of days. I mean, today doesn't count the All-Star game. Blake, did you ever care? I'm going to get to why you've had your pants around your ankles all day in a second. I am. I promise. All right.
Mm-hmm.
But did you ever care like about the All-Star game? Did that ever like not at all? Really?
No, home run derby more than All-Star game. Honestly, like back when I was a kid.
Yeah, I'm telling you, Shep and I were just talking about that last night. It's like it took me a few years watching it with my son and watching how all in he was with it. It took me a few years to figure out, maybe that isn't for me. Maybe they're marketing that to somebody else. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, when I was in like middle and high school, I liked seeing people hit dingers. So that was cool.
Mm-hmm. That was respectable to me. I'm trying to put off the inevitable because I have a feeling once you start talking about it, you're not going to stop. But I hear, correct me if I'm wrong, I hear that there's a new game out or something. Is that what I'm hearing?
Yeah. EA College Football 25.
So seriously, how much have you played today? All jokes aside.
I got up at 10 and I played until about 4 o'clock today. And then I played all night. I played until like 3 a.m. last night. Something like that.
All right. So
I'm in week 10 of year 1 of my U of M Dynasty.
before we get your breakdown, okay?
Mm-hmm.
You just spoke to my heart because there are guys that are aware of this. And our buddy Mike, who will be on with us tomorrow, as a matter of fact, as we do another Coaches Association show, he can attest to this. We used to play, especially me. You know this. I don't know how many people out there know this. A long, long time ago, I worked in a bar. And I would get home from work at about 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning. And when you're working in a bar, you cannot go to bed. You can't. It's not like a regular, it's almost like broadcasting a game or doing a show, Blake.
Mm-hmm.
You just don't come home and go to bed, right? You're too jacked up, especially when you're at the bar. And just in case it was a busy night, you had a lot of them at college bars. You're just jacked up. We would play NHL 93 and NHL 94 till forget the sun coming up. 7, 8. Oh, crap. I almost swore. Oh, crap. I had class starts in 15 minutes and things like that. It really was a life-changing experience. But for guys like you in your generation, let's face facts. You've grown up with this. For us, this was a newness, so to speak. You grew up with it, so it's like, yeah, big whoop. I pulled all-nighters all the time.
So, but like this game coming out and what I did last night, that's like taking me back to like high school Blake. Like in high school, I would spend my summer nights in my parents' house in the living room, just ripping through an entire season of NCAA 13 or NCAA 14, just playing all 12 games plus the Natty or wherever bowl game I was in. So it just took me back to my roots. It was great.
I love it. That makes me very happy. Like I'm not even. That's David said, waiting in my system Xbox from UPS right now. It is amazing to me how many people have been giving their updates throughout the day. It's amazing. So what's the verdict so far?
So
Seriously.
real quick. So last night there was 700,000 people playing it at the same time.
Are you serious?
Yeah. 700,000 all like concurrent. And this is like the pre-order period. So like if you pre-ordered the deluxe edition, you could play 3 days early. So there's still a whole group of people that haven't even gotten it yet.
Good gosh.
So that's like it was. I mean, it's the biggest game right now. It's insane.
Good gosh. Well, you know what? Hey, listen, I've heard nothing but good things about it. Like I've purposely have been looking around, Blake, just to see what people are saying. And the reviews have been awesome. No other way to say it. They've been awesome.
It's really, really good. There's two things I don't like. The number one for me, the kicking is impossible. Legitimately, it's the hardest kicking system. I miss every single field goal. I don't think I've made one. I make all my PATs. I have not made a field goal at all. It's like how they did it. It's like this system that you like press the button and then you have to like release it when it's like at its peak. But like how the camera is, you can't like see the angle to see where the kick is like trajectory going. It's horrible. That's
Really?
the complaint I have about it. It's just not a good kicking system at all. But everything else I really like.
By the way, Eric said they say Scooble to Dodgers or Baltimore. It has been speculated that there are conversations going on, so both of them make sense. I'm gonna tell you, I don't think they do it. Honestly, I don't think they do it. I just don't. Unless somebody goes way over the top, I don't think they're gonna move Scooble. I just don't. Just too many people are, I guess, recognizing what guys like me recognized 10 months ago. And I mean, I remember talking about it on the air with you when I was working at the place that you're working. Do you like how I did that? 760 WJR, Blake's with the Mitch Album Show and Sports Rap. Did two for one there? Kind of
Not this week though. Not next week either.
You've got this week and that week off. You know what? If I were a betting man right now, I don't think they trade him. Now, if an arms race starts, if Baltimore sends a darn good package and then Dodgers go over the top and then Baltimore goes over the top, then all bets are off. But I honest to goodness, I don't think they're going to trade him now. I just don't. We'll see.
Yeah. I mean, you know better than me. You know how much baseball I've been watching lately. So,
all right,
which is a whole lot of none.
So let me ask you this: best game by far? College football 25.
NCAA 14 like will always hold a very, very special place in my heart because I played it for 10 years basically. This game is really, really good though. Like the attention to detail, everything is top notch. It's crazy.
You were telling me, and I have two different stories. I've been waiting, and you didn't have to remind me this time. You were telling me you were playing what's it called, Dynasty season or whatever?
So Dynasty. So I'm a coach.
Mm-hmm.
I took over the Michigan Wolverines. My head coach's name is Eddie Cuck. And
that Cuck.
And yeah, I'm in year one of my Michigan Dynasty. So I lost to Texas by 1. That's the only loss so far on the season.
Maybe that's why you hate the kicking. Couldn't hit that extra point, missed a field goal, perhaps.
No, my defense couldn't stop anything. Final was 37-36.
All right. So you decided to jump right in on a new game and be your favorite team, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what a pansy I was when I was a kid?
What'd you do?
I think you know where I'm going. With this. Until I really mastered the game, I refused to be my favorite team because I didn't want to take the L. It's a video game. It's like, what the hell's wrong with you? It's a video game.
It's mental warfare, though.
I think you and I talked about this before. I would have temper tantrums. My temper's so much better than it used to be.
No, I don't believe that.
No, but I don't have like real temper tantrums anymore. When I was younger, I used to have really bad temper tantrums. And whenever my team lost, depending how Mike, I mean, how much worse could MSU be? But whenever my team lost, whether it be college football, whether it be hockey, whether it be Lions, I would immediately storm to my room and set up a game and just beat the hell out of the computer. When let's say the Lions lost to the Atlanta Falcons, I would go straight into the room and just punish Atlanta. Like, now, how does that make one feel better? I don't know. It did. It did. For a few minutes, I forget that the Atlanta Falcons beat the Detroit Lions 27-24. Because in my little warped, effed up world, you know what really happened? The Detroit Lions beat the Atlanta Falcons 57-7. And the reason it was 57 is because I would pull the Spurrier and go for 2. Oh, Atlanta had to pay. They had to pay for what happened in real life. So I would head straight, oh, yeah, I'll show you, Atlanta.
You know how many videos I saw of people doing that after the Lions San Fran game, like on Madden? Like people just putting up 700 points on San Fran.
It made you feel better. For just a moment, it made you feel better, right?
Mm-hmm.
And as Eric said, sack Michael Vick a few times. The one I'm talking about, the opener, it wasn't the home opener. It was the season opener. They lost in Atlanta in 2008. And like Michael Turner, I think it was the first player of the game, takes off for like an 80-yard run, really set the tempo for the entire gosh damn 0-16 season. But I went straight in my office, popped the game in the cartridge, and just beat the hell out of the Falcons. I showed no mercy, none whatsoever.
Now, can I just tell you though that
you can tell me anything you want.
In my season where I'm at right now, Ohio State has 2 losses.
Oh, really?
And no, here's the best part though. So I'm number 4 in the nation. Number 3 in the nation is the undefeated Florida Gators.
No kidding.
Do you know how hard their schedule is?
Lomas Brown smiles. That's all I'll say. Somewhere Lomas Brown smiles. Oh, that's awesome. Jason said, I always start with Michigan, then switch to someone like ASU and make them a powerhouse. Yeah, I just can't take the L. Honestly, I was like that when I was a kid. I couldn't take the L. It was too painful. So, I'd start with somebody. A lot of times I'd pick a MAC school and just, okay, you know what? I'm starting to get it. And all of a sudden, look out. Here comes the Ohio Bobcats, right? And then their coach moves on and, okay, it's time to move to the Big Ten. And then once I got the game mastered, I go to my own school, right?
Yeah.
It's the way it is. It's good luck.
So I'm going to do 4 years of U of M. And then I'm going to start a new one with a new, probably Eddie Cuck II. And I will start over again. And I'm going to start at a Sun Belt team. And then build my way up. I gotta get a solid 4 years of U of M before I do anything.
No, I respect that. I think that's good logic. Wait till you have kids, dude. This is all I'm gonna say. Wait till you have kids and your kids start whooping your ass in these games. Wait until now. There were certain things I could if Jack, if you're watching. We got to a point where I was not allowed to play. Did you ever play the show? I was not allowed to play the show because, when I used Tim Wakefield, I don't know, Tim Wakefield was like a superhero in the game. Honestly, every time I pitched Tim Wakefield, I would dominate Jack. And so, he was so competitive as a kid, he'd say, I'm not playing anymore if you're Tim Wakefield. So as long as I wasn't Tim Wakefield, we could play. And occasionally he beat me 10 games in a row. And then I'd say, all right, you got to face Tim Wakefield. I'm not playing then. Forget it. And he'd start to walk upstairs and I'd go, okay, I swear I won't beat Tim Wakefield. But sometimes in these games, there's these superheroes. Let's be honest. For whatever reason, they take Chris Chelios in the one hockey game when I was a kid, NHL, was it 94? He was a superhero. Like you couldn't check him off the puck. Even like legitimately, he was like a superhero playing for the Hawks. And the same thing, like I'm showing my age now, but a lot of the older Tecmo Bowl. Like Bo Jackson was
Bo
unstoppable.
Jackson. Yeah.
The two, Bo Jackson and Walter Payton, were unstoppable, and Lawrence Taylor would block every kick that was made. You know, because Lawrence Taylor wasn't known for his pass rushing; he was known for blocking kicks.
Mm-hmm.
But seriously, I mean, it was like, and that was like my secret sauce when I'd play somebody. I'd go be the Giants. Say, why are you being the Giants? I don't know. I'd block every one of their kicks and win by, points because they weren't hitting their extra points. It was insane. I love those little glitches. I'm not going to lie. There's so many glitches in these stupid games,
I know. But not nowadays. It's just hard.
Where are you at right now? You're 9-1?
I'm going into Oregon week. I finished my recruiting and turned off the game. Had to get my recruiting done though.
I love it. Eric,
I just signed a 5-star last week. This is we've been recruiting our asses off.
It's a huge week. Who's kidding who?
Yeah.
It's a huge week.
Going to Oregon.
Have you guys played? I know David said he's waiting for his. Have you guys played? Seriously, it's really weird. You know how crap happens?
Jar.
Right in the jar. You know how crap happens? Like a lot of times when these games come out, you see mixed reviews or even a few naysayers. Blake, I'm not joking. And I've looked. I haven't seen one negative comment about it. Like this, maybe like you said, it's because we've had to wait a decade. I don't know, but it's weird. I haven't seen one negative comment about it. I'll eventually get it.
I'm telling you, the only thing that I don't like about it is the kicking.
Yeah.
This kicking is, and I've seen like other people say stuff about the kicking too. The kicking, whatever they did, the system that they're using, and you can't like switch back to the old one. So you're just stuck with this horrible kicking. That's the only part I don't like about
it. Jason said, don't have it yet, but I hear the Big House scoreboard updates the Slippery Rock score. I love it.
It does.
Yeah, I do. Yep.
It's awesome.
I've been to Slippery Rock 2 years in a row, right?
Yeah.
I have Wayne State. That was our season opener 2 years in a row. Beautiful little stadium, by the way. I'm not even joking. Eric said, this is one of my favorite, like, weird old-time Lion and radio stories. Eric said, when Joey Harrington played us on Thanksgiving with the Dolphins, I blitzed the hell out of Joey Blue Skies. Joey Harrington came in. Blake, you would have been a kid. Joey Harrington came in and lit the Lions up. And it was funny because I was doing the post game that day, and all these people called in and were just killing me, because allegedly I hated Joey Blue Skies because I told the truth. He wasn't good. And, obviously I gave him the nickname, and people are going, you owe him an apology. And I'm like, time out. Seriously, time out. He had a game against a bad team. Like, stop it. Like, just stop it. I give him credit, props and everything, but he's still not a good quarterback. And of course, 2 weeks later, he lost his job to something called Cleo Lemon. Like, I'm not joking. He lost his job as the starter with Miami to something called Cleo Lemon. And then Cleo Lemon was a real quarterback in the National Football League.
Where did he play college football, Sean?
I don't know where. You know what? Now I'm going to look that up. It's going to bother me. But Cleo Lemon, he lost his job to Cleo Lemon, and then that was effectively it. I think he went to Blue Skies, went to Atlanta for a little bit, but he never saw Arkansas State. Yeah, but he never saw the light of day. Sean, how was Cali? Nick, we had a great time. It's a crap hole. That is not an opinion. Seriously, it is not an opinion. It is fact. I cannot believe how dirty LA is. It's amazing. It's downright frightening. But I had a great time. Anytime the whole family's together, my gosh, it's just a great day. What did Todd say? Last college game was the Citrus Bowl. All right, help me out. Yeah.
Cleo Lemon.
Oh, Cleo Lemon. Yeah. Was it okay. Gotcha. Okay. Yeah. The game is out. Cleo Lemon for the win. Yeah. Joey lost his job to Cleo Lemon. And, and then
what a name.
Joey, God bless him, just blames everybody for what didn't happen in his career except for the guy standing in the mirror. He just wasn't good. We could make an argument, I guess, if somebody wants to say he was a bad pick and he didn't fit what Mariucci and Millen wanted. Yeah, I guess you could say that. I think that's fair. But I can't stand the whole idea of, well, he was drafted by the wrong team. Well, he had an opportunity to go elsewhere, and he couldn't beat out Cleo Lemon.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. That was the way it was. So, well, I'm glad you like it, Slugger. You needed a little joy and brevity. I know it's been a busy last couple weeks for you, pal.
It's been a tumultuous last couple weeks, but I'm very thankful that I have this week off. That's all I'll say about that.
Jeez, feet. Blake stuff goat into 2024. Make America gruff again. Yes, that is.
Speaking of reasons why I'm happy. Let's move on.
Yes, indeed. You know what's funny? So I was watching Sports Center today, which I don't do a lot of, but I was watching.
Say why?
I wanted to see some stuff on the SEC media days and things like that, and they didn't disappoint. They teased an interview with Kirby Smart, so I stuck around for that. And, Venables, and so I stuck around for a few of them. And it's so funny. I don't know if you've run into this yet, and I think it pops out to you more when you're watching as opposed to reading. Would you agree with that? Seeing these names and then the school behind their name, it's like he doesn't go to Oklahoma. Oh yeah, what? He doesn't go to Florida. Oh yeah, like legitimately, that's what's going on right now with this portal, Blake. It's insane. It's weird. It's. I've never ever said this before, but I'm gonna say it now. It takes an effort to keep up, dude. It really truly does.
The moment for me was last year. It was week 0. And I believe Rice played. I can't remember who they played off the top of my head. But their starting quarterback was Hank Bachmeier, the former Boise State quarterback.
Yep.
And I was like, wait, when did he go from there to there? I was lost.
I know. It is... It's crazy because, again, as I have 2 college football magazines, and you're never going to believe this, but one of them's in my bathroom downstairs and one of them's in my bathroom upstairs. I know that sounds so weird. If you don't put that in your throne room, shame on you. It's the greatest throne room reading in the history of mankind. Put that thick college football magazine in there. But anyway, you don't pick up on it like as you're reading it. You just don't. And as I saw these guys running across the screen, I was just going, dude, this is like a brand new world, right? Oh, yeah. Tim said Malik Willis, Cleo Lemon. I thought Malik was going to be a player. I'm not going to lie. I wasn't one of those guys banging for the Lions to draft him, but I thought he was going to be a player. I'm not going to lie. Do you remember how good he was at Liberty, dude?
Yeah.
Oh, Cleo's cousin, Francis Orange. Bill asked, Bill, I know you're just joining us, but Bill said, have you purchased and played NC2A 24 yet, or 25 as it were?
Yeah.
What would you give it? Would you give it a grade right now?
Yeah, it's an A. It's
slapdick.
It's so, Sean, it is so good. It's so well done. It's great.
Yeah.
I love it.
How about the national anthem girl saying she was drunk and checked into rehab today? You saw that, right? The national anthem from the home run derby last night?
No, what happened?
Dude, look it up. When we were doing the show last night, people were like bombing the comments with Todd, Shep, and I. People were bombing the comments going, oh my gosh, you got to see this. You got to see this. It is, it's one of the worst renditions of the national anthem ever.
Who did it?
A country star. I forget her name, but she's a country star. Evidently she's originally from the Detroit area. And it was Ingrid something, right? Ingrid, help me out, you guys. Ingrid something. It was Blake, it was awful. No other way to say it. And so she came out today and said, hey y'all, I know it was bad last night. I'm just going to tell you point blank, I was drunk and I'm checking myself into rehab. Which
What
to
a
me,
spin zone.
I think that further solidifies the title for the worst anthem ever by Carl Lewis, in my opinion, because at least Carl Lewis was sober. This chick was allegedly drunk. And I mean, just that's, I posted that on Facebook today. It's just like, oh, who thought that was a good idea? My goodness. Ingrid Ofke. Ingrid Andress. Yeah, that was it.
Yeah, I've never even heard of her.
Yeah, look it up. It was terrible. Hey, let me tell you about our friends, Jeff and Mike Husak, a.k.a. the Hanson Brothers, a.k.a. the Wealth Advantage Group. And if you're ready to take charge of your financial future, look no further than the Wealth Advantage Group, located in historic downtown Northville and owned by those two right there. Over 20 years of industry experience. They understand that your financial goals are as unique as you are. That's why they offer personalized expert guidance to help you navigate the complexities of financial planning. I don't know what the hell I'm doing, so you know what I do? I let these guys do it for me, and they do it well. They'll do it well for you as well. Now, whether you're saving for retirement, getting ready to sell your company, already in retirement, they can help guide you through every step of your financial journey. They work with clients throughout all stages of life and have clients in over 20 different states. The investment world is a complex one. So if you're ready to start taking your finances more seriously, it's time to work with the experts. Reach out to the guys at the Wealth Advantage Group, 248-773-8574. That's 248-773-8574. Or check out their website at www.thewealthadv.com. Bill said it was so bad that I felt sorry for the kid. Yeah. I mean, look, at the end of the day, if she's got a real substance abuse problem, I feel sorry for her. I also feel sorry for the fact that somebody around her didn't say, yeah, you're toast. Maybe this isn't a good idea today.
Yeah.
We got a recording up in the booth that maybe this just isn't a good idea today. Like, come on, man.
Yeah, the people around her have to look, if that's, but that's why there's always like a million people around these people at events like this.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, Jason, I forgot to tell you this. Jason wanted me to tell you what he just put. He said, I'd like to thank Hernandez for turning $5 into 60 plus 200 in bonus bets on fan. Is that good? Is that a good thing?
That's good. Shoot, that's real good. You just paid for the new game.
Nothing funnier, by the way. My maniac dog just ran down here. Like I'm not joking, ran about 10 feet away from me, and he had his doll hanging upside down out of his mouth. He just looked at me and then just took off like a rocket going the other way too. Oh, good. Any thoughts on Skip Bayless leaving FS1 later this summer? He gone. I don't get it. I've said this. Yeah, I've said this.
What happened today?
If you listen to me, whether it was on ESPN 961 or The Fan, the Skip Bayless thing is absolutely lost on me. I mean, more than any other sportscaster, the Skip Bayless thing is, how can anybody pay any attention to a man that clearly is not saying what he believes? I mean, blatantly. Like, why would you pay any attention to that?
He's a character of himself.
It is. That's exactly what it is. And if you like him, don't let my opinion change anything. I of all the sports media figures, hot take guys, and I'm gonna talk like this. That all that Stephen A. Smith. Everybody's here. He's there. I don't like Blake. I'm serious. I don't.
Yeah.
By far, that is the one I just don't get. I mean, we can have conversations about Colin. We can McAfee, Stephen A. he's the one guy that I got nothing. I just, there's nothing there for me, man. I don't believe a word that comes out of his pie hole.
No, he's the one that's definitely the most like over the top a character of himself. Like the other ones, you can make the argument, like Stephen A. Like there's times where he's a character of himself for sure, but especially like his podcast and stuff, he seems more real.
Yeah.
I mean, Skip is literally he's like a meme.
He really is. And you know what? God bless him, though. The dude, like, seriously, he's been stealing money for decades. And at one point in time, Blake, see, guys my age, Skip was a very well-respected author. And then he kind of went off the deep end. I know a lot of people think that he kind of went off the deep end when he wrote that book about the Cowboys. Like, he wrote a really big book about the Cowboys, like during the Super Bowl era, the transition from Jimmy to Barry Switzer. And I know a lot of people thought that he kind of went off the deep end then, but this guy, I mean, it has been 30 years of clearly saying things that he just doesn't mean. And some of his, I hate to use this word, some of his takes are so bad that, like, I often sit back and, okay, this guy can't really believe this, can he? But there are people that like it. There are people that like it. To each their own, man. I mean, it's just like, there are people that think that I'm actually good, and there's people that think I'm the worst and stuff like that. I don't care. To each their own. But that's one thing for me. I don't get it. There's nothing. It never intrigued me. Never. And these shows, Blake, I know you and I talked about this. These shows that are on in the morning where all these guys do is yell at each other. Yeah. I got no time for that.
No.
None.
Do you like Cowherd?
I don't dislike him. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I don't make an effort to. I think Colin is very smart when he does his homework.
Like he knows sports.
He does.
Yeah.
Obviously the thing with the backup quarterbacks a couple years ago where he was bringing up guys that were dead, notwithstanding. But you can tell he puts in his homework and everything. I don't dislike him. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I don't dislike him.
I think out of like that genre, he's the most tolerable. But he's not even like in that genre.
I know you and I talked about this a year ago, but I'll say it again. No, you know what? We actually talked about it in the playoffs because we were making fun of your boy, Tony Romo. Romo and McAfee are in the same light.
That was really mean, Todd. Romo's the worst.
Do it again, please. Look at the laugh. Look at the laugh.
He's so bad.
I liked Romo a lot that first year. And then it turned into a caricature of himself. And I would say the same thing about McAfee. It was new, it was fresh, it was something different. And then somewhere along the way, it just went over the top. And
his ESPN show is horrible.
I just don't know. It's just not. And he was so misplaced on game day last year. I think he knew how misplaced he was on game day last year. It was really. You see how this starts? See what people think that you love Romo. See? Mm-hmm. Now what I should do is just like how you always tell people that I hate Dylan Larkin.
Hate Dylan Larkin, yeah.
You guys don't know this. Like if Blake could make love to one man, it would be Tony Romo. Jim Harbaugh would be number 2, but Tony Romo would be number 1.
It's just not true. That's not even a good bet. It's a bad bet. He's bad.
Will you guys please, like every show, one of you please go, Blake, how's Romo? Or just say something about Tony Romo, please. Every gosh damn bit is at Sean's expense. Just once. Can you give me this one?
Not every bit.
Just ask Blake about Tony.
All you have to do is say 2 little letters, and then the whole chat will make fun of me. A C, and then it's over. So don't even.
That is true. That is true. How long before Brady gets the Romo love or hate on his analysis?
Brady will do the homework though.
He will. He will.
Romo doesn't.
Yeah. It was interesting though how he was spot on so often. And I've said this before. I got an education sitting next to Rob Rubik at Lions games. Just the things that those guys see and how they know a second before everybody else what's going to happen next. They're just seeing the game at a different level. It's almost like guys that have been around hockey a long time, have played or broadcast or something. You just see things quicker than the average dude. There's no other way to say it. You just do. You know. And but I think Brady will translate. If Brady can drop the Ken doll persona, I think he'll be really good. If he could let his hair down and kind of be him, my concern for Tom Brady is he's going to roll with the Ken doll persona. Hashtag Blake Romo. Blamo. Blomo.
Can we, do the rest of your reads? I got a video game to play. Let's pick this thing
right?
up.
Yeah, that's exactly it. No, I think Brady, like, how do you dislike Tom Brady? He's one of those, like, seriously.
Ask Dave Rieger.
How do you do?
Dave hates him.
Well, he's, again, you're talking to a Denver Bronco slappy, right? Yeah. Reeves, love you. But not that long ago, we were talking about who's better, the Broncos or the Lions. And I'd look at him and go,
well, he also tried telling me last year that the Broncos had a better receiver core than the Cincinnati Bengals. Yeah, they have a better.
Eric said, "What's wrong with the Ken doll?" I don't think the Ken doll will translate.
Yeah,
I don't. Show some personality. Tom Brady has a personality. Show some personality. Don't go full on Ken doll.
But don't you think the roast was to like help with that? Probably.
I think so.
Did you ever watch that, by the way?
I watched a good portion of it. It was pretty good. Can I tell you about Legacy?
Yeah.
Okay. Did you know that thousands of Metro Detroiters have already called Legacy Partners to get help with their home and auto insurance? Our friends at Legacy Partners are one of Southeast Michigan's top independent insurance agents. They provide a full-service, one-stop solution for all of your insurance needs, personal and business, large and small. Legacy has helped our listeners, like my family, by fixing mistakes other agents have made, asking the right questions to get the right coverage put in place, and most importantly, guys, saving money. Doesn't everybody want to save some money right now with our crap economy? Chances are, if you haven't checked your policies in the last year, you're paying too much. You could be underinsured. Enter our friends at Legacy Partners. What are you waiting for? Get your quote and give them a chance to help with your home, your cars, life insurance, Medicare enrollment, or your business insurance needs. Call them today, 586-209-4106, or visit legacypartnersins.com to get started with your new quote. Blake, college football had to change. It had to change. Did it change too quickly? Once Pandora's box was open, did it change too quickly?
Yeah, it was too much all at once.
You got it. I totally feel the same way.
Like both things needed to and had to happen. NIL and the transfer portal, like they both needed to happen, but them happening basically at the exact same time blew everything up.
For me, they have to do a better job of checks and balances as well. Like NIL is a good idea. It can't be the Wild West.
Mm-hmm.
But here's the problem. How do you stop it from being the Wild West?
Yeah, the cat's out of the bag now. Yeah,
oh, it's too late now. I mean, it is. And unfortunately, you're going to see a lot of guys that are mercenaries. I mean, that's really the way it is.
Yeah.
Does Blake have Romo's pick in his bed? Todd, do you have that pick handy? Do you, by some strange chance, do you have that? Is there a pick that Eric might be making reference to of Tony Romo that would describe how Blake feels about Tony
I
Romo?
wish people could see Todd just going to work.
Aw. That may have been your greatest rant, dude. A wise person once told me, and I have shared this with many, many people. You know what the problem in our business is? I think sometimes big mouths don't know when to shut up. And if a dude's on a rant, you know what you do? Sometimes you just go like this and let him rant.
Yeah.
And you ranted on Romo, and I loved every second of it.
That was the night of the Super Bowl, right?
Yeah, it was. Do you see what Ray said? Look at that. What do you say? Higgins for Ayuk straight up? I'd take Ayuk every single day.
I think so too.
Every single. Call me biased. I love the guy. I do.
They're different types of receivers, but Ayuk stays healthy.
Mm-hmm. I'd take him every single day of the week.
Like if they're both healthy, honestly, I'd probably rather have Higgins.
I'll take Ayuk. I will. I'll take Ayuk. I just should the NCAA give back records awards to guys who got it taken away before NIL? No,
Yeah.
I don't think so.
So do you think Reggie should have gotten his Heisman back?
I don't think Reggie should have ever had it taken away. You know, I just don't. I don't think that's. You can suspend a guy. You can put a program on probation. You can't change what he did on the field. You can't change that. So to me, I thought it was stupid. I wasn't voting then, but would I have voted for Reggie Bush? Absolutely, 100%. So I've had people say that to me 1,000 times. What would you have done about Reggie Bush? Taking it away was stupid. That'll teach him. Like, come on.
Yeah.
I don't think it has any. It didn't change what we saw on the football field. Reggie Bush was phenomenal in college. He was. Contrary to what a lot of people, Sean Salisbury said, he never changed the game of football at the NFL level or anything, but give him his flowers. He was unbelievable in college football. So they can't take they can't take that away from him.
Is he the best college running back since the year 2000?
That's a big statement, dude.
I know, but it's legitimate. I'm saying, is he? I don't know, but
I'm racking my brain. He might be.
Adrian Peterson. Yeah, Ray has a good one. Adrian Peterson.
Ingram had that big year.
Michael James had those couple years at Oregon.
Yeah. He
was so awesome.
Wow. That's it. Yeah. Now, when I was younger, I remember Bo Jackson was unbelievable. You can't. George Rogers, when I was a kid, and it might be because I was a little kid in South Carolina, Superman, he was sick. Eric Dickerson at SMU. That's a good question, Blake. Yes. Reggie was that good. He really was. He was that good. It was, and again, it shows you a guy like that can, even at a place like SEC, when you have speed to burn like that, it's going to show itself out. In the NFL, more often than not, you're just a guy. And I don't want to take anything away. He had a good career. It wasn't a Hall of Fame career or anything like that. He was a weapon, but, nobody would call him a Pro Bowl or anything like that, right? I mean, he had a good career.
But there was even a few years where it didn't seem like he was going to have a good career. And then he kind of turned it around.
Well, I had a guy when he came here. I had a guy that was like all about Reggie Bush, and he bet me that Reggie Bush would have well over 2,000 yards combined with the Lions and everything. So I thought. He was like, he's going for 2,000 yards. And I said, combined? I said, that's a heck of a year. He goes, oh, no, rushing. Stop it. Stop it. But hey, I'll tell you what, he and my boy Joik Bell for a while there, that Thunder and Lightning thing, that was pretty good, man. That was pretty good.
He was no Mikel LaShore. Let's be real.
No, he was.
No one ever will be.
Tim said certainly not Barry good. Barry at college was absurd at OK State. I remember that plain as day. That's a good question, Blake. You put me on the spot, but boy, since 2000, I'm racking my brain. And I know the game has changed so much, but yeah, geez, oh Pete.
Who was the last running back to win a Heisman? Derrick Henry?
Yeah.
And Derrick Henry was not better than Reggie Bush.
No, and neither was Ingram. No.
Christian McCaffrey wasn't. McCaffrey was filthy. Should have won that Heisman.
Toby Gerhart. See, you know who I loved? And to this day, I don't think the guy gets the credit he deserves. Is LaDainian Tomlinson. I don't think he
TCU.
I don't think he gets the credit he deserves. I mean, both in college and in the pros. I saw one of those things. I always like seeing those things. Make the perfect football team out of $17 or whatever, right? Do you ever see those things? The thing that I'm talking about?
Yes.
And they had LaDainian Tomlinson listed for $1.
Yeah, no.
I mean, he was an absolute. Oh, there's a good one. McFadden. Remember Aaron McFadden? What was that? 07? 06, 07?
Yeah, it was right around there.
Good call, Dave.
That backfield, actually, too, if you look at it, was disgusting. It was him, Felix Jones, and the guy who was on the cover of Madden, the white guy that went to Cleveland, Peyton Hillis.
Oh, yeah.
They all three played on that Arkansas team.
Was that 06? Help me out, Dave. Was that Arkansas 06? Man, that guy was
when they were running the Wild Hog.
I remember I was terrified when, obviously it didn't work out for him with Raiders. I thought when he went to Dallas, I was like, gosh, damn it, that's going to be like a reclamation project. And people are going to talk about how smart Jerry Jones is, because all Jerry Jones was doing was grabbing the Arkansas guy. Mm-hmm. And I honestly thought, okay, with this guy, that line, and he was just shot. He was just, when it goes out for running backs, dude, it goes out. 07, okay, 06, 07. I knew it was around that. Man, that dude was a stud. Good call, David.
Yeah.
Now
he's the only one.
I'd still take Reggie though. I still, honest to good, I'd still take Reggie. That's tight, but I'd still take Reggie. Jeez. How many running backs ruined by going to the wrong NFL team? If Bush went to a team with grass, he could have been a star. I don't think he was ever going to get away in the NFL with what he got away with in college. I think it's just guys are too fast. So I don't think he ever got away. I don't think he was ever going to get away. Hey, let me tell you all about catering, and we only got a couple minutes left. All About Catering LLC, full service caterer, graduations, weddings, bridal showers, corporate events, maybe welcome back football party, anything you need catering for, from 25 to 4,000 people. Rick and the gang at All About Catering will take care of you. Customer service and satisfaction is their number one goal. Do not sweat your next big event. Just go to allaboutcateringllc.com today to see their menus and all their 5-star reviews. Give them a call, 586-731-1398, to get your event started. Ray said, who was the bigger what if at running back, Bush or Bo? Bo by far. By far. Bo was superhuman. He was. And I still, every time I see that tackle, it just looks so weird because it's so nothing. It's nothing. Boy, Blake, honestly, I wish you could have seen Bo in his prime. He was.
That 30 for 30 is honestly, it's probably in my top 5 of favorite ones. They do such a good job with that.
Oh, Ray asked a good question that I didn't I didn't ask you about the NCAA 25. What's the first all-time team you're going to unlock in the new NCAA 25 game?
Oh, because you can do that with Ultimate Team. I haven't even dove into
Yeah.
that yet.
That was, I think the first ones to do it, I could be wrong, was Bill Walsh College Football. So this is maybe 94, 95. And when they put like 10 classic teams on there, I thought it was the greatest day ever. Because, you know, you're a nerd like me, a college nerd like me. I was like, dude, are you serious? I can be the 83 Miami Hurricanes. I can be, you know, the 78 Washington Huskies. Like, are you kidding? I thought it was the greatest thing on earth to do something like that.
Just give me
Now,
2019 LSU. Let's go.
give me the 95 Huskers, and I'm just going to run over everybody. And then I could also be the 2013 Spartans and win a national championship. But see, there's another one. Just play with Bo and Tecmo Bowl, and that will answer any questions. I'm telling you, Bo, Walter Payton, and Lawrence Taylor. Like, they had superhuman strength in that game, and there was nothing you could do. There was nothing you could do. All right. Anything else for you tonight, Slugger, before we get out of here? Because I know. Can you tell him he's been fidgeting? He's like, literally, it's like he's taken 4 Viagras right now. He is literally throbbing. He needs to get off and go play this game so badly.
Yeah, you gotta watch how you said that. No, literally both of my parents
that way too.
Both of my parents called me during this, so I was
Yeah.
checking my phone to like make sure everything was okay. Everything's okay, so that's good. But
93 Florida State with Ward. Boy, did he take a jump up from 92 to 93, Dave. Jeez, oh Pete. I'm Blake. That was weird. I remember all these people talking about this Charlie Ward cat. And obviously he went to the NBA. And like I remember seeing him in 92 and just going, he's no Casey Weldon. And then the step he took from 92 to win the Heisman in 93, it was like night and day, you know? Really was. Did you see what Eric said?
yeah, I'm ignoring it.
Eric, if I see you at a bar, I owe you a beer.
Just don't say the thing that I had to delete out of the chat earlier,
Romo.
Eric.
He's thinking of Tony. What inning does Scooble come in? Second.
So are you gonna watch the All-Star game?
Kinda. It'll be on. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So kinda.
Like it'll be on the tablet while you're watching something else.
That's
literally anything else.
That's exactly. I like. I have this tendency, dude, like to watch shows like 5-10 years after their prime.
Mm-hmm.
And
I do the same thing.
My kids laugh at me. So I'm watching Breaking Bad now, right? It's tremendous. Like I regret that I didn't watch it. I really do. Now, granted, I already watched Better Call Saul and I really enjoyed that. But Breaking Bad is tremendous. But I'm on this Vikings. Have you ever heard of Vikings? It was on History Channel, and then
I think so.
And then it went, dude, I'm addicted to it. Like seriously, I got a problem. Like I didn't sleep well last night, and Vikings were a big part of it. And I'm not talking Dante Culpepper and Fran Tarkington and Ahmad Rashad. They're like, poor Eric. Now, will you be nice to Eric?
Eric, you're good. Just don't say the thing that you were saying in the chat earlier that I had to delete. We don't say that. But besides that, you're good.
Okay.
I've been doing the same thing with Friday. I've been watching Friday Night Lights, but now I'm not watching anything. I'm watching myself play college football.
All right. When it's time to buy a house, sell a house, whatever the case may be, you need to contact the right agent. Now, who is the right agent? Ask and you shall appear. There she is, Lindsay Broadwell. Your house is probably the biggest investment you'll ever make, and that's why you need a pro. Lindsay grew up on the mean streets of Northville and has expanded her team all over Southeast Michigan. She's an expert in all facets of the business. And when it's time to move, our friend Lindsay and her team will make sure you get the most out of your house and everything goes smoothly when finding your new home. Buyer, seller, first-time buyer, doesn't matter. Make sure you contact Lindsay at BroadwellHomes.com. She'll help you with everything from start to close. licensed realtor at Real Broker LLC. Start your search today at BroadwellHomes.com. Sean will watch Vikings and grow his hair out like the main character. Well, I don't know if you've noticed. I haven't had a haircut in a while, and I'm not planning to get a haircut in a while. It's starting to flop all over the place. So maybe
I went to go get one Monday, and my barber's out of town till Thursday.
I don't have any interest anymore. I just like whatever. And I'm just going to let it. Now, I'm not going back to the days of the flow as much as I want to. I'm not going back to the days of the flow, but I don't see myself cutting it anytime soon. Jason said, fun fact about Tecmo Bowl. If you use the Packers and use their nose tackle named Bob Nelson, just slam the dive buttons and he would sack the quarterback like 80% of the time if he wasn't in shotgun. No kidding. That was Jason. I brought that up about LT. If you lined up LT in the middle of a line on a point after or a field goal, he'd block it every time. That was like a glitch in the computer. LT blocked every kick ever. That's just the way it was. Which character from Friday Night Lights was Blake in high school? Who was it, Blake?
I wanted to be Tim Riggins so bad.
Did you?
It was not Tim Riggins, though. Tim Riggins is so cool.
Yeah, he is.
Texas forever.
Yeah, no doubt. All right, we got to get out of here. Todd, thank you. Thanks to all you guys. I know we'll be back tomorrow with the Michigan High School Hockey Coaches Association chat, golf show on Thursday. I think Blake and I are back on Friday, then Shep and I on Saturday. Something for everybody. Thank you guys for watching. Do me a favor, like this stuff on YouTube, and please support those who are supporting us. Can't thank our sponsors, Mike and Jeff Cusack, the guys from Wealth Advantage, all the great guys at Legacy, Lindsay Broadwell, All About Catering LLC, the Michigan High School Coaches Association. Seriously, thank you. Batch, there's another one. The Rockers, when hockey comes back, we're going to do some stuff out there. Really looking for it. And more Blomo talk.
That's the worst couple.
Friday.
That's the worst couple nickname ever created.
All right, listen, take care. We'll see you guys. Blake, have a great time playing the game tonight. Bye-bye.
Off the Air with Sean Baligian, featuring Sean Baligian and Blake Majchrzak. Produced by Todd Losey and Blake Majchrzak. Executive produced by Sean Baligian and Todd Losey. Theme song, incidental music, and related sound effects are from Play It Loud by Jam Studio. Engineering, mixing, and graphic design support provided by the unsyndicated podcast team. Don't forget to like and subscribe to Off the Air with Sean Baligian on all your favorite channels. While you're there, be sure to rate and review the podcast. Got something to say to Sean? Call the unsyndicated hotline at 248-237-3257.